Hello, welcome to episode 13 of the wee podcast. It's Clarky here with Phil.
Hello.
Just before we go into this week's episode, after the tragic news of another young person in our local town sadly taking their own life, we just want to take the time basically to remind people that there are charities out there if you're not, feeling great right now. There's 24/7 charity called Samaritans. You can call them. There's an email address. And there's plenty of other options out there as well, apart from friends and family. We've posted some charities below in the description, but just remember that there's always someone there if you want to talk, and you do matter. This week's episode, I suppose the inspiration sort of came from the fact that I realised quite a lot of little things sort of bother me.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, so basically we're going to touch on our pet peeves this week. Things that are probably not that annoying to others, but my God, are they annoying to us.
I can imagine they'll be annoying to a lot of people. I mean, we are similar even though we are all quite different,
Well, for example, the first one that I have that sort of brought the idea around, I suppose, was... every morning I obviously get the train to work. Well, every weekday morning.
Yeah.
And there's a woman who stands. She knows exactly where the door is going to be on the train.
Yeah.
Which you have to admire. It's pretty impressive.
No, it isn't.
So she literally every day. It doesn't stop in exactly the same place, but she nails it 4 days out of 5. Pretty impressive. Now, that's not my issue. The issue is that she doesn't.
My issue.
So obviously train etiquette. You let people off before you get on.
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't. They're trying to get off.
Barge in?
Yeah. Like, they're trying to get off, and she's trying to, step onto the train so she can get a seat. Now, you don't need to be particularly quick to get a seat on a train because there's loads.
I think God's about the carriages,
Yeah, exactly. But she literally, charges onto this train every morning. I just think it's so rude.
Of course it is. I mean, is she like an old woman? Is she like a middle-aged woman? Or?
Well, it's just middle-aged, but I just think, do you really need a seat? Is it that bad?
I've never seen anybody having to stand on our trains.
It's very rare. In the morning sometimes. But I think that's more a choice rather than...
They don't want to sit beside someone.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
It's not really weird though.
Exactly.
People do it all the time. I remember going to school and stuff, and even the tech, and I just sat down beside anybody.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I just don't care.
Although I was really annoying about it. I had a bag and stuff, and I didn't. I just took the bag off and then swung it around and then plopped it on my little lap, and I was like, "Excuse me," trying to get past people.
That one just. It actually boils my blood to even think of it. It just it's so frustrating. I just don't get it. Why does she need to get on the train? And you know what? That's really unfair. Maybe not just her, but I know
loads of people.
She's the only one I see.
There's I've seen a couple of people sometimes with like buggies and stuff, for prams and whatnot, and they're getting off the train, and people just don't care.
Yeah, help them.
Lift the bottom at least.
Exactly.
If you see them in fair play, I mean, it's a bit of an awkward thing to do. There's no little ramps you can just post.
Baby falls out.
Look what's happened to my child. Well, you just decide to run in front of me. Yeah. And people just walk in, and if they can't fit in, they try and squeeze in.
Yeah,
it's mental. I remember I was in London one time. And the tube's a mess.
Yeah, the
tube is horrible. I would never want that ever to happen in Northern Ireland. As good as it is, no. Yeah. It's not that good. It's not worth being uncomfortable for. But no, I just don't understand why people can't just be like, there you go.
Yeah, you're just gonna lift the bottom of your child's buggy onto the platform, and then you're good, and everybody can get on. Yeah,
without anybody having to shout at anybody, or people just. I think people are really just polite on the train as well. They don't even care. They're just exactly. Okay, that's fine. Just pass, squeeze on by. I don't care.
Exactly.
If it was my child, I'd probably punch the person. To be fair.
What do you mean you didn't lift my buggy? Smack.
I wouldn't care less. I mean, it's just like you said. It's just normal etiquette. It's just being polite.
Yeah.
It's common sense at the end of the day. So the same thing at Abbey Centre as well. I know, I've mentioned it before. Was it the last episode?
You just hate Abbey Centre so much.
Most of the people in Northern Ireland do. Well, not Northern Ireland, but most people in
County Antrim.
Yeah, County Antrim would. Well, I don't know. People coming from all sorts of places. You never know if they hate Abbey Centre or not. But I certainly do. I'm sure you do it sometimes. during the day. Like,
not a fan.
Nighttime's fine. Like between 7 and
weekends are nuts.
7 and 9, really, it's fine.
Yeah.
But see, during the day, the amount of people that just don't even know they're there. They're just walking around like zombies,
milling around.
It's so annoying. Like, I go to game just because it's just, I go there. That's a shop I like to go into an awful lot, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not like the only shop I go into, like, but I do walk about the place. But I don't walk about the place like a zombie. Like, I know where I'm gonna go and I have a destination where I'm going. Yeah. So I walk to that destination at a normal speed. People just dilly-dally and look at...
dandruff.
But it's not even that. It's whenever they just stop. They just stop in front of you.
You don't looking at the earrings and Claire's.
They don't even do that. They just stop and look forward down the tunnel, down the hallway or whatever you want to call it. Just down looking at all these shop windows, just standing and look at them.
I can't stand see people that are slow walkers in crowded areas.
Oh, there was a family once. There was a family that was a buggy, which I'm not even going to get into. I know we've already talked about buggy and stuff, but there was one with a pram. She had 2 kids, probably her husband, her granny, and someone else. And they were all in like a line.
Oh dear.
It was like I don't know what was happening. It was just like shunning people out of the road. And sometimes you'd like walk into the shops just to get by them.
Oh, it's honestly, that is one thing, like, or obviously if it's someone with like, I don't know, like a bad leg or something, that's fair enough. They obviously can't walk quick. But like, see people that literally like, it's like they're trying to be in slow motion. Oh my god. It's literally the worst. Oh, there's nothing more infuriating, and then you try and overtake, and then there's people oncoming each side, and you're like, well, I'm gonna die here.
That's another thing I hate as well. See, whenever like you're walking towards someone, but you're like, oh well, they're gonna move, or I'm gonna move, or someone's gonna recognise that someone has to move.
There's gonna be a collision here.
Otherwise, there's gonna be a collision. So you do that, and you're like, right, okay. Before I do it, I always go, right, well, I'm gonna go to the left.
Right.
Normally, I don't know why, but I always go to the left.
Okay.
Don't know why. I would assume they were going to go to their left as well.
And then you do the step thing.
You do the step thing. You both go to well, he goes to the right or she goes to the right, and I go to my left. Yeah. And we just like walk into each other. And go, oh, sorry, and you go right, and then they go, and it's just like.
Do you know how you fix that? Don't move. See, the first time they will automatically go right, and you go, oh, sorry. See, and just stand there.
I don't know, because it's like an instinct thing. You just do it anyway. It doesn't matter. You go, oh, and just freeze. You know, like a goat.
It wasn't meant to happen.
Just fall over and anything like that's. I hate that in Belfast. It happens all the time. Does my head. But then whenever you're walking down with Laura, it's fine. She just shouts at them. Move.
That's like one of those sort of awkward. You know what else sort of annoys me, but I do it all the time. I don't know why. See, whenever you walk past someone, or if someone walk past you, and you've like politely let them pass, and they literally go, "Thanks." What are you whispering for? It's not a secret.
They might hear you.
Like
Big Brother might hear you.
Sometimes we're like
being polite.
If I'm in like the inside seat somewhere, like sorry, this is my stop or whatever, they get up, and then as you're walking off, you're like, "Thanks." Why am I being secretive? You know, but like it annoys me. I'm like walking away, being like, "What have I done? Like what?" What am I whispering for?
Oh dear, I don't know. Maybe they didn't say thanks and they said something else. You're going, they definitely said thanks.
You've been to America, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever held a door open for an American, or had them do it for you?
Yeah.
It was it's weird. Like the first time I noticed it was in, because we've been to quite a few places in America, and then we landed in LA, and everyone was really polite. Then we went to Miami, and we were like holding doors open for people. Or sorry, Vegas. We were holding doors open for people in Vegas and stuff. And like, they would walk through and say thanks, and we were like, yeah, no problem. And then we would hold doors open for other people. It wasn't all we did there, but you know, we were doing it. Just
go to LA or Vegas to open doors. There you go, sir.
Love opening doors. But then you'd let some Americans through, and you'd be like, they'd let you through, and you go thanks, and they'd go, mm-hmm. That's like their way of saying like you're welcome.
Oh no, I've never.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I like the first time I was like, huh. Like I walked away. I was like, what?
What a prick!
I was like, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, excuse me, sarcastic critic. Like honestly, I was like, I just literally said thanks. Like there's no need to be a cheeky dick.
No, it's a
like,
naughty word.
No, I was just furious.
No, there's the only time I've ever had. It's just been like no problem, really.
But that was weird. That was weird.
Although, admittedly, the only time I've done that, I think, would be in fast food restaurants. So, I'm assuming they're like really excited to eat something.
Thank you.
Thank you. No. Okay. That's not. I'm assuming after they wouldn't be saying if they had something to eat.
I was just weird because like, as I say, like we'd been to a load of places in like California or whatever, and like, no one had done that. But then see, by the time we'd reached like the end of our journey a few weeks later, it was completely normal. So like whenever you open the door and someone you said like like someone said thanks or you said thanks to them or whatever, it got to the point where you were sort of going
no.
It was just
I never go I never do that.
It was just like standard because you'd done it so many times.
I don't know.
It just became like then I came back obviously, and after a couple of months, and like that was one, I don't know, maybe other people would say different, but that was like one trait that I was like, I cannot bring that back. That is horrendous. Like,
I don't think many people do that here. They don't sort of do like the sort of thing. Well, maybe they do. I don't know.
I've never had it here, which is why it was such a shock whenever like that person did it first time.
Going back to that, people that don't say thank you whenever you open the door,
or anything like that.
Like, whenever you're walking, like, and they look behind and they just close the door anyway. They let go of the door. I hate that.
It's like a middle finger.
It's like it literally is going. And they're too far, but then you do that thing where like, they're too far away to do this.
And then there's the awkward run.
You're like, and then they run like, don't close the door, please, don't close the door.
And they get there like, thanks.
You're like, it's okay, it's fine. I shouldn't have held the door open for you anyway.
You just stand there and watch them run towards you really awkwardly, like arms on.
And then you let the door go. Run, piggy, run. Be terrible.
I swear, I hate whenever that scenario comes up. There's the odd time where like, you obviously for like an elderly person you would hold the door open or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, there's the odd time where like you would do it for someone you think you judge it and you're like, yeah, they're probably gonna you know I'll be fine. Yeah. And you stand there and you open the door, and it gets to the point where you're like, oh, why have I done this?
Yeah.
Like it has been too long.
It's far too long.
Or when you do it and there's like, you let through like one sort of like elderly couple, and the next thing about 35 other couples trying, and they're all up past. Thanks. It's not my freaking job. Just
I hate it so much. I remember.
Although they are being polite, but I didn't open the door for 35 people. I opened it for 2.
So I got a name tag on, said the door opener, like, but do that all the time with the cinema.
What do you mean?
Just at the end of a film.
Oh yes.
Everyone comes out and they're just like, I just let it go now. I don't even care. I mean, I know that's a pet peeve of mine, and I don't even care anymore. People are going to be running towards the door to catch it, and that's fine. But if you're not going to run towards me, I'm not going to hold it open for like 7 people coming out of the film.
Oh, it is the worst.
I just don't care.
That is frustrating, though, isn't it?
It's annoying, like, but there's one that Lauren, she hates, right, which is like people eating loudly.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it.
I do it on purpose.
Oh.
She says I don't, but I definitely do. But there's sometimes where I just sort of like, I don't know, I'm just in my own world or something.
Some foods can't be eaten quietly, so it's not your fault with some of them.
Yeah, but there's the majority of the time I do it on purpose just to annoy her.
Yeah.
Because whenever like it's like pasta or something, you do like the whole
sound effects.
Yeah, you do that whole, but you do that with your fork or your spoon. You go,
yeah,
and then you put it in your mouth. You go, and then she just turns around and gives you this like devil look. Yeah. It's like, don't ever do that again, or that spoon's going up your eye. Up your eye. Not those eyes anyway, that's for sure.
Oh dear.
But no, seriously, like it's a pet peeve of mine because I can't stand it. My mum is the worst person. She's got like hollow cheeks. It's just ridiculous. What are you doing?
I don't know what that means.
She.
Oh, right.
It's like an echo. She could eat anything with her mouth closed and it would still sound the exact same as if it was her mouth opened. It's so bad. It does my head in. She gets like crisps and stuff from the little cupboard. Just pops one in. This big massive crunch.
And like 3 minutes later.
It's so annoying. It's honestly just so annoying. And then she looks at me going, "What?" I was like, "Are you serious? You can't hear yourself?" And to me, it must just sound like a cement mixer going off in your head. You're going, you know.
But maybe that like deafens it for everyone. Yeah, like maybe they don't hear it.
I think they do because she just does it for balance all the time.
Maybe that's where you get it from.
See, I don't know because with crisps and stuff, it's fine. Well, it's not really fine. It's annoying, but hula hoops and stuff, pain in the arse. But see, when it comes to like cough drops,
What, sweets?
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Those are hard sweets, aren't they?
yeah, they're they're like bricks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like it literally is like a cement mixer in mum's mouth. It's ridiculous. That doesn't even sound right, does it?
No, so it sounds like
Like someone's coughing up. It's like if you just like decide to break your bone or something. I don't know. It's awful.
a crunchy noise.
Just does my head in. Like if you crack your knuckles like about 20 times within like a second or something, that's what it sounds like.
Don't like that.
What, cracking knuckles?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh dear.
It's lovely. I like it.
You know,
I can crack my wrist as well. But
Rachel cracks her neck and her back and stuff, like, and it's gross.
Why should she do that?
Because I don't know. She says she needs to.
See, I do that as well though, because I do it with my fingers and stuff. But
Like,
and it's just like early.
You'll just be sitting there, and then next thing she'll like start doing this, and you're like, it's like, I'm like,
The
I don't know whether
Exorcist?
you're trying to be like an owl or something, like, yeah, like the neck just starts going, and then the next thing you hear is like a, and I'm like, ugh. Or like sometimes she like twists herself like a face cloth, and like literally all you hear is that's just her back.
That's not good.
And it's gross.
She's gonna be like walking around. I don't know.
It's
Like
gonna look like a broken Mr. Stretch.
Mr. Stretch.
Or Stretch Armstrong, not
Yeah.
Mr. Stretch.
It was Mr. Stretch.
I don't know. It was your toy.
No, Stretch Armstrong was my toy. He was the best. If he had bones in it, it would sound like whatever mum eats.
What do you mean, like torture?
Well, that's what you could do. You'd put that, like,
He was gonna snap his femur.
no, but that
Oh, compound, he's broke.
saw his leg off and all the sand comes out. Whatever, there's a flower or whatever. No, the big foot, like that foot thing, just irritates me to. Oh, honestly, I can't.
It is annoying. I would
abide
100% agree with that one. It is pretty flipping bad. Like,
Everyone does it.
do you have one that's like your like all time top worst?
See, I don't know. Like everything sort of annoys me the same amount, and they're all collectively bad. Like I hate them all. Like if people, if someone was to, do you know what? If they did all of them in one, that would really annoy me because see if you're just walking slow whilst chewing a bit of chewing gum really loudly with a megaphone, right? And you just stop on like just randomly and just kept chewing it. I'd probably kill you.
And there's no way around.
I just slap you. No, I just slap you about.
Never stand left and. Like,
Oh yeah, if it was like
right.
a narrow hall and you couldn't go left or right, I would just be like, I if you couldn't go back either, I push them down and walk over them.
Use the megaphone as a weapon.
I just take it. I like megaphones. Megaphones are good, but I don't think there's one that really annoys you that much. The thing that annoys me actually is when people take your idea and take credit for it. That's
your
a big
idea.
Yeah, well, any idea and just take credit for it and don't even like. Cause that is a pet peeve though.
What, like somebody just stealing your stuff?
No, just like stealing anything. Like say if I don't know if you like an idea for I don't know like a boomerang with knives on it. You know.
Whoa.
Well, I'm just saying. it's a good you know hunting game. You can chuck it, you can run away and hide behind a tree.
And you really got to run from that because that's coming back.
Yeah. But like if you had like a boomerang with knives or I don't know like a pogo stick with machine guns or something, you know.
Amazing.
But that's what I'm saying because you could. And then people take it and then just go and get it patented and
that's not yours anymore.
Yeah.
That's actually weird. I was listening to a podcast today, and have you heard of Eli Roth?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on it, and he was literally coming off with like all these ideas he had for like movies that will never be made because they're just ridiculous. And
well,
like
that was in a TV show as well.
But like the movies, like if they came out, would be pretty funny, but it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like one of his ideas was a nun who gets struck by lightning and then is all of a sudden like really smart, and he was gonna call it None the Wiser, which is great, but it's unfortunately never gonna be made. But like he was
stupid.
But he was like openly telling like all these ideas, and I was like,
well, it's because it's on a podcast, though. It's all like it's his ideas, you know. It's all going to be recorded.
I was like, that's like very brave to because if he doesn't have that like patented or whatever you need to do, like I don't know whether he bought the idea or however exactly Hollywood works, but if he hasn't done that, then somebody could just take that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can't really do much about that, which is annoying. And it's annoying because it really shouldn't happen.
I don't know.
It's probably happened for years. And I mean, sure, that whole Facebook thing with Mark Zuckerberg and all of this.
The twins.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were called now, actually.
I don't know.
The only reason I know them is from that film, anyway.
What? Oh, the Social Network. I never seen it.
Did you not?
No.
It's alright.
Don't like Jesse Eisenberg that much.
I think he played like that sort of awkward sort of guy quite well.
He always does though.
But well, probably is.
It's like him and Michael Cera.
Michael Cera, that's who I was about to say. It's like Michael Cera.
He's a really strange fella. I watched that Scott Pilgrim. Awful film.
Was that Versus the World or something?
Yeah.
Was
stupid.
It boyfriends?
Yeah, very stupid. And girlfriend.
One of them's like really famous, are they not? Like one of the boyfriends?
No idea. Just didn't really care much for it.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
No, well that just drives you up the wall. Like it's, what about yourself? You got like a big massive one that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like again, it's like
Train woman.
No, I hate that. But that's like one thing that really annoys me is like, see when you're on a plane, and so you come down, nice landing, pilot's done really well,
and then everyone claps.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But that's not a pet peeve. That's just like, what are you clapping him for?
Well, he's done a good job landing.
Yeah. They're like, but he's done his job.
Yeah.
I don't get applauded. So.
Oh Jesus.
I you pay hundreds of pounds to sit in a plane. Well done. This fella's done his job. Brilliant. Don't applaud him.
Yeah, you're not like dealing with hundreds of lives.
No, but
why would you get applauded for? Oh, well done.
Yeah, but this fella spent like 170 grand to get trained or whatever it is. To get trained as a pilot,
and he's doing it well.
Yeah, because he's paid 170 grand,
and he's doing it well.
Well, you'd have to, otherwise
it's a waste of 170k.
Like, see, if we came in upside down, did like a big skid, and landed, and everyone was safe, I would applaud. Because he's done.
It's not an episode of Family Guy. You don't just do that.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like if the plane there was an issue and he landed and everyone survived.
Oh yeah,
well done.
play,
I will applaud you then.
Yeah.
But see, whenever you're just doing your job, no, I hate it. But anyway, that's not the thing. That's not the thing that annoys me. The thing that really annoys me. So you land, right? The seatbelt.
Yeah.
The seatbelt. Oh, you do say you land and everything's fine, and the seatbelt lights go off, and then literally the doors aren't open and everyone stands up. Where are you going?
They're doing the cha-cha slide.
No, legitimately, where are you going? Right? Everyone starts getting their bags down. Then you're standing there for 20 minutes. What are you doing? Oh, like, honestly, I'm sitting there going, like, say I'm in the middle of, like, cause obviously, like a long haul flight, for example. You get up and you walk around the flight, whatever. Rachel and I have an 11-hour flight in the summer here coming up. And, literally, whenever you land and you're ready to get off, and they're like, oh, welcome to wherever you are, outside temperature is 34 degrees, and the pilot thing, right?
Yeah, I understand.
And then everybody's up being like, oh, I have to get my hand luggage down. Where are you going? And then there's a big queue up the aisle, and then it makes no difference. See the people at the back of the plane, say the people are sort of in between doors, and they've picked the way to go, and I'm halfway along. I'm going to get out before they are anyway.
Yeah.
So why are you standing up?
See, the thing is, if there's two exits, you can go at the front, you go at the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would get up and then you don't know which way to go. So what I would usually do, I would just look at the front and then moonwalk to the back exit. That's what I would do.
Have them all going.
I'd be like, yeah. No, I understand what you mean, but there's a skit Lee Evans wrote. No, it wasn't even a skit, was it?
I'm not a fan of him, so I wouldn't have heard this. I don't think he's funny. I know. I just don't think he's funny.
I think we'll just end the podcast here. I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's that's just awful.
Yeah.
But anyway,
not fun.
He wrote. I don't think it wasn't a skit. It was a comment. It was a stand up gig, and he was saying about British people just whenever like they say like on the tunnel like please remain in your seats until and then he goes the stand up get their like big gorillas just stand up get their luggage out smack people in the head sorry and walk on past. But no, I understand what you mean because everyone does it. But I'm just thankful that I didn't really care for that because
it winds me up.
Yeah, well, I was telling you earlier on, and I think it's a really, really funny story. But there was that time we came back. I'm very sorry to anyone that this might, if anyone knows this person, you probably don't. To be fair,
it's like a quick disclaimer. If anyone is offended, I do apologise.
Yeah, was not fun for me at all. But Yeah, we landed, and everyone was getting their stuff, and I wasn't one of the people that was standing up. Thankfully, I was sitting down, and then whenever the whole place sort of cleared for me to stand up, I stood up, opened the
overhead locker,
yes, locker, grabbed my hand luggage and just pulled it forward like towards me as you would, and whenever they say things might have moved during the flight, it's very true that they might have. And in this case it did.
The warning's there for a reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't really think about it though, because you're landing like, oh, I'm off the plane, I'm gonna go home. So I picked up my bag, and for some reason I managed to grab a walking stick as well. And this is like one of those walking sticks. It was like a big massive wooden one with like a big ball at the end of it. It wasn't a Peeves walking stick, it just like this old woman's walking stick, and this big ball bit just clamped her right in the top of the head, like right on top of the dome. I was like, oh no. I looked down, she scared the living daylights out of me. I didn't know what was happening. Lauren looked at me and then turned around with pure red face. She's like, oh my god, what's happening? And she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm getting my bag. She's like, why'd you do that for? I was like, oh, I didn't mean to. I was like, things might have moved during the flight. And she was like, oh, just rubbing the top of her head and all. And I was like, oh Christ, I could knock it off that plane faster, I'm telling you. Like,
oh, that's amazing. That's a brilliant story.
It was awful for me. I felt really bad about it.
Oh, it's so funny.
For a while, don't anymore, because it's sort of past. But I don't know. I don't think that would be a pet peeve for me. I think the clapping thing's sort of annoying.
Yeah.
But I understand why, because like I've told you, because they deal with like hundreds of lives, and I know if they're scared and they do it.
Do you clap when you get off a bus?
Well, it's not hundreds of lives though, is it? In one sitting?
Yeah, it could be.
What sort of bus do you
drive? I don't clap the train driver when I get off at wherever my stop is. I don't get off, be like, well done, you got me here in one piece and everyone else is still alive, well done.
I don't know, it's a bit different than public transport.
You don't clap.
Even though it is public.
You don't clap a boat driver when you get off the boat.
Sometimes you
captain,
do.
A captain, that's what they're called. They're not called
a boat driver.
You don't get off.
Hello, sailor.
You don't get off like P&O cruises and be like, well done.
Some people do.
Well done.
Some people do. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never been to a cruise. But
well, neither have I.
I've been on, what do you call that one that goes to like Liverpool and Stranraer and all that? Like is that
the Sea Cat?
Stenline
even? Sea Cat. Sea Cat's been around for years. Jeez, I'm like 45 years old. Good grief. Yeah, no, the Stenline. No, people do that. They do.
Oh, I just don't get it.
Really?
Get it. Yeah, don't get it.
So you wouldn't just okay, well that's fine. If you don't want to
I appreciate how difficult a pilot's job is, but do I think he needs any more praise? No.
What do you mean any more praise?
He gets like 60 grand a year.
That's just
he doesn't need my gratification.
Yeah, but he's going to spend his own money or her money on it then.
They usually don't. It's usually like parents that remortgage their house to get it, sort of thing.
Jesus.
But it's 170 grand. Nobody has that.
A lot of people have that.
Okay, nobody normal has that.
There might not be normal people. It's just like businessmen and women.
Who? Oh, you mean they're actually doing the course? You mean their parents?
Yeah. Or their parents as well. You never know.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money.
It is a lot of money, like. But
I suppose if you join the army or something, they like put you through it for free. So.
Good grief! Like that would be too much, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's pet peeves and there's like little annoyances you can have, but
pet peeves 100% people that stand up in a plane. Ask Rachel, she will tell you the one thing I hate is whenever you land, someone stands up. I'm like, where are you going? Literally, I feel like just going, why are you standing up?
Maybe their legs are sore or something.
Yeah, but do that during the flight, not as soon as you land.
But then what if they've got like deep vein thrombosis and they don't know what to do themselves?
And it's just on set as soon as you land.
My leg! I don't know. I mean, sometimes people get up. Like I know there's sometimes like I think this really bad knee thing going on. I don't know what it was, but whenever I stood up, it just felt a lot better.
Yeah.
I just did it. Like I just like did the whole like.
Like flat back
obtuse angle, just doing that like the whole time, and it was I felt a lot better. So you never know, you just be judging people because they're standing up.
Okay, next time I'm on, well, in fact,
a Mexican stand up, everyone just stands up at the same time.
Woo! Whenever we go on this long haul flight, I'm gonna assume that the 200 people that stand up have sore knees, and that'll help.
You gonna be sore knees, son?
That's okay. They all sore knees.
Oh no! One thing annoys me as well. People do, like they say, well, like I suppose is a word, but they say words they don't mean all the time, like literally.
Oh yeah.
I am so bad for doing that. Literally. I don't know why. Don't even start. Because that works.
Yeah, I know.
But when people say, "Oh, it was literally
the scariest thing ever,"
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. World War II was.
Or World War One.
One of them.
Yeah. Any world war is terrifying.
There's been something scarier than you going 70 miles an hour on the motorway. Like let's put this into perspective.
Well, why would you do that on yourself? Oh, it's just literally the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. But no, people like whenever I was over to America and stuff, and people use it all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this is literally the longest queue ever. I doubt that very much.
Nice, yeah.
There's 4 people in front of me.
Have you been to Disneyland?
Just calm yourself down. Like, you know, you're gonna get your burger soon, okay? But no, like they use just words like literally. It just drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
I know I do it sometimes, but it's
no. I know what you mean. No, it is bad.
Whenever someone does it like all the time, over everything,
literally all the time.
You're cruising here. You don't like Lee Evans, and you're just I don't know. I don't even
buttons. I'm all about pushing buttons this episode.
It's bloody awful. I don't know. There's so many pet peeves out there that.
We have a lot so far. A lot.
Really?
Yeah, that's at least like 10.
I just think it's just I'm hypocritical as well because I know I do use some of them.
Yeah.
But I still hate it.
But then you probably do it and you're like, oh my god, why have I done that? It's like my whispering thing. Thanks. Why am I doing that?
Do you do it?
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Sometimes I do that. Or like
I don't say thanks, I say cheers though.
Or like sometimes I'll like walk past someone and they'll like nod and I'll be like, alright. Like they're not gonna hear me do that. Like what am I doing?
No, I've never done that before. But like, I say like hello or something, alright or something.
I don't know. It's like if you don't know someone on the street, it just sometimes it'll like dander past this guy and be like, alright.
Or is it time? Oh dear, this is terrible. There's a time walking past the library down in Carrick.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know if the guy was talking about. Well, I don't know if the guy acknowledged me.
Yeah.
But he went, ha! I was like, I don't know if he had like Tourettes or something. But like, I didn't say hello to him. He just walked by and went, ha! I was like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, what do you find so funny? But no, I mean, I do understand. There's sometimes you walk by people and they're like if it's a really cold night, you see their breath now. Alright.
It's not even when it's a cold night. Genuinely, there are some times where like, for example, right, the other morning, the road up to my work, some people park cars along, so it can only fit like one person through. So I let this guy through, and he was like, thanks. And I was like, you're welcome. Or I went, alright. Or something like that. But I was like, why did we whisper at each other? There's no one else here. It's not a secret. People saw it happen. But like, it was one of those ones. I was like walking up the road being like, why did I do that?
My big brother doesn't want to see you being nice to people.
It's just weird. Like, but as I say, it's not just me, which is good, but it's just the fact that like, it's just whenever you're after it, I'm like walking away being like, why did I not just say full volume?
So they can actually hear you.
Yeah, like,
all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nodding. I don't know. There's some things out there that people just don't know what they're doing. Sometimes whenever they do, I think like whenever you say, you know, why do they do that? They're probably going, why did I just whisper to that man?
Yeah, no, like
what am I doing?
Honestly, like
they can't turn back and go, gee, I'm really sorry about whispering there, because they'll be like, it's okay. I did it too. It's okay. You go for a coffee. Well, yeah. I don't know. I think people just decide just to do whatever they want, and whenever they do it, they're like, oh, why did I do that?
No, like honestly,
they go and sit and have their coffee. Like, I'm still thinking with that guy. I said hello to him. They're like, thank you. You say like the wrong thing back. There was a time we got a chippy from the Friary delivered, and the guy was like, I know it's not like a pet peeve or anything like, but I'm sure he was like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
But he came to the door. Obviously, I opened it because it'd be really rude if I didn't.
Yeah.
He gave me the chair. He goes, "All right, then have a good night." And I was like, "Yeah, well, literally going to be the chippy, and that's literally it." And I was like, "No, what is it? Have a good time." He said, "Have a good time." Yeah, have a good time. And I was like,
"What do you think I'm doing with this?"
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to do with this food? He went. I heard him going. when he walked away. I was like,
that's how you know it wasn't his first time. He's done that before.
Maybe he just thought it was really hot or something. He was like really, really nervous trying to talk to me. It's like, oh, have a good time.
Oh, it's him again.
It's like that video at the end of Family. I was like, have a good time.
Have a beautiful time.
It's like, I just went,
God.
I felt really bad. I was like, I'll just close the door and then walk away. I'm sure he was like, why did I do that?
We'll have a good time.
Yeah, I will have a good time with this chicken burger and chips. But yeah, I'm sure he felt like I'm just a pleb. Like, I know I would if I did that.
Well, that's like, I told you the other week whenever I met Chris Hadfield.
Oh, yeah, poor fanboy.
Oh, it was horrendous.
That's different though, because you're not like a normal person.
I thought I'd be alright with it though.
You always do that though. You always think.
Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him all these questions. I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I literally, I wanted to know, did he prefer Star Wars or Star Trek? I'll never know.
Well, you just tweet him.
He's not very good at replying.
No. Have you asked him on Twitter?
No, I haven't.
Have you asked him any questions on Twitter?
No.
So then, how would you know?
Because I was really hoping to ask him in person when I met him, and then I literally went up. I was like, oh, it's happening. I was like walking up because I was a massive fan.
So what did you say? Literally, we're just like, so 3 times you said literally like the past 5
because
seconds.
it's literally what happened.
Don't start.
I've got like video thing.
Audio?
Yeah, and like he shook my hand. I'm like, what's your name? And I was like, Andrew. And he was like, and he goes, thanks for coming. And I was like, no, thank you. I was like, what am I doing?
Thank you for coming to Belfast, sir.
No, legitimately. And I was like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then he was like, will we take a picture? I was like, yeah. I was like, what am I doing?
Will we take a picture?
Yeah. He was like, will we take a picture? I was like, yeah. I like turned around, got like a load of pictures, and then I like left, and I was literally just like,
at least you don't have Chandler's smile though.
Oh no,
it does that feel?
It was just, and then Rachel walks up, calm as you like. I heard you were at Queen's earlier. What part of the building? Oh no, I was at the mayor's office, but Queen's students came. And I was like,
you're staring going, how do you do this?
No, I was literally like, I just had ask him if he likes Star Wars. But like, no, like I swear, it was just the worst.
Do you think it's because he went in space? He's been like, I really love Star Wars.
He mentioned Star Trek in his talk because he was like Captain Kirk because it came out in like '69. Star Wars wasn't out for 8 years.
Yeah.
So his first ever like, Captain Kirk class, but like, so then I was like, ooh, wonder which one he prefers. I would assume Star Trek, but I wanted to know. But now,
do you think if he said Star Trek, you'd hate him?
Instantly, all of it would go, and I'd be like, oh, all right then, Chris.
Hadfield, is it?
I want you to unsign my book.
You got like one of those little magic pens that takes it away, takes the ink away.
No,
I don't know. I've never really. I don't think I've ever like really met anybody of. I did meet the lead singer of Volbeat once.
Cool. That's cool.
After Metallica.
Nice.
And the first thing I noticed, like, I shook his hand. He goes, "You look like my cousin Brian." I was like, "Who doesn't know who Brian is?"
But he probably thought, I get that all the time.
Yeah, probably. But it was with Conrad, funny enough. Conrad and Callum. We went to. I'm my brother actually.
Yeah.
We went to Metallica and Volbeat and High on Fire whenever they were playing for some reason. But they were alright. Like, but yeah, after the gig, they're like, yeah, we'll see you down in the okay. Didn't really think much of it because most
there's so many people.
They'll just go, they'll fly about the place. Like, but you came down and I was like, holy crap! Like, I turned around and we were leaving. I was like, this can't be real. Surely they got.
Yeah.
Tried to get a picture and my phone just decided to freeze up and everything. Just wasn't happening.
Didn't get one.
But I had a really crappy phone anyway at the time. So, but yeah, just shook his hand. I was like, ew, my cousin Brian.
That's all you said.
That's all I said. Yeah. Well, no, I said that and I said, love the gig. And then hopefully see you soon in Belfast again. And then that never happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I just think I've ever been like.
That was honestly the first time I went. I now understand what fanboying is legitimately.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't even a big fan of Volbeat then. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, no, I know what you mean.
I wasn't a huge fan, but I had like some of their CDs and stuff.
You're probably just on like a Volbeat high after the
gig. Yeah. Well, to be fair, if James Hetfield came out, I probably would have
exploded.
Yeah. I don't know what would have happened to me.
I was just honestly even thinking back to that moment. Oh my god, like legitimately, he is like a pure like hero, and it was just class. It was just class.
We're getting off the topic now.
Sort of, but not really, because that sort of links with my whole. I don't know why I did things and that.
Well, maybe that's their pet peeves. All the celebrities going, why do these guys just come up to me and think like, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
like cousin Brian for some reason.
It is weird how like
Brian.
it is weird how like they'll have probably some really similar ones, and then some other ones like, oh, I hate when people come up to me and ask, oh, do the voice, or you know.
Well, that's
whatever.
one thing I have in common actually, because the beard thing. People like even in Limelight and stuff are like, oh, nice beard. It's like, I didn't ask for your approval.
Agree with myself.
It's like I didn't ask for anyone's approval. Like, go
Yeah.
away, leave me alone. And they come up and try and fit. It's like, I don't know where your hands have been.
What the hell?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, swear to God. You ever seen that before?
No, I don't like that.
We've been in like spoons and stuff, and like people just been like, oh, hey, and looked at me. I'm like, why? What's? And even Lauren's like, what's going on here?
You dare touch my beard?
It was really strange, but people do that. Yeah, done it an awful lot of times in like Empire and.
Is that a pet peeve?
For me, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't relate, but that's mad.
No, it's crazy. Like, but people.
That's proper weird.
I understand it because, like, you know, this day and age, apparently beards are in, for some reason. Don't know why. Like, but don't think anyone grows a beard to be stylish.
I don't know. I've got a book in the house I should lend you. It's called
the Book
The
of Beards.
Philosophy of Beards.
That's what it is. The Book of Beards would have been better.
It was written like in like Victorian times, but apparently it.
Oh no, well definitely back in the day and stuff there were like you groomed it for that reason, but I just think people are lazy with razor blades. I just don't want to do that. I just want to shave myself at all today. I don't know. That's what I did. I just
beard can look pretty good if you grow a decent one. I just don't have the patience, to be honest. I get like a weekend, I'm like, let's get it off.
Yeah. No, well, if you ever do manage to grow one at some point, be ready for people coming up to you and be like,
touching your beard.
That's a beard. I was like, well, yes, it is. You prick.
Looking for a word there.
Just there's so many words in the dictionary you wouldn't even describe it. Even prick isn't a good word, but there's probably some word I've even heard of that destroys them people. Honestly, they just do my. Even if they have a beard as well, they're like, oh, that's a beard. I was like, well, do you want to come with them back on your beard? I'm not gonna give you one. Just go away. Like, I'm here with my friends for a social night. I don't want to be social with you as well. Stranger with a beard.
I know it's a celebrity. Don't approach it.
I don't know. Just does my head in. And people just come up to you and just expect to touch your beard.
Oh, that's weird.
Like, say at like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night.
When they've had a few drinks.
Had a few drinks, been in the toilet like 14 times. I don't know. Uncontrollable bladder. Mr. Steve over there. I don't know what he's going to be doing with his hands.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. If you think about that, that is gross.
To go home and shower with like all the stuff. I just... No. It's all disgusting. You're all like,
I wouldn't let someone touch a beard if I.
I never did. People just come up to you like from far away with their hand extended, just their arm extended like that, and their hand just like.
I must touch it.
Yeah, it's weird though.
Yeah, it is
like
weird.
They come towards you expecting to be, grabbed.
For you to be like, yeah, go ahead. On the chin, please.
Just on the chin.
That's where I like it. Just there.
It's like a dog or something. I've got like a sweet spot on my chin.
Leg starts going.
Yeah, right into their bits.
Midriff.
Yeah, right into their bits and bobs. They'll smack them about a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that would be my biggest one then.
That would be pretty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is quite. I haven't got it recently. Like, I don't think.
That would be so annoying. Yeah, I think that would really annoy me. I'm not a fan of people being near my face.
Well, yeah. Well, strangers more than anybody.
Oh well, yeah. Definitely strangers.
Yeah, it's not like your friends can be like right beside your face and you'd be like, what are you saying to me, man?
I don't like whispering, but we're gonna do it.
No, but that's like normal whispering. Like,
thanks, you're welcome.
So your big one's like the plane, which has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And then my one's something to be touched at because I don't want
you
to
literally get touched. No, like
sexual harassment.
Even thinking about the plane sort of annoys me. It makes no sense. Where are you going?
When people do things though for no real reason, it does my head in as well. Like,
it's like when people overtake you in traffic and they end up one car in front of you, you're like, was it worth it? You're there literally half a second before me. Is it literally worth that, extra bit of overtaking you've just done there?
Well, no. It's not.
What?
It's not okay.
It sort of annoys me.
It's not okay.
Like,
it's not okay.
Well,
no. Talk a little bit more.
Why?
Just keep talking, because there's another pet peeve coming up.
What is it?
When people talk over other people.
Oh,
like on purpose.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
It's
It's the worst. It
does
is
my
the
head in.
worst.
I do it an awful lot whenever Lauren's talking because she just talks nonsense. So whenever I talk, it makes sense.
See, Rachel does it to me, so I wonder whether that's the same. Possibly.
Well, maybe that's true. Does Rachel do it to you right now?
Yeah.
Oh
I'll
my
be in the middle of a story. Like, I could be telling a story.
Well, she's
like,
very excitable though. She does.
Yeah,
she's
and
just,
legitimately,
Yeah.
I will be telling a story, and she will literally come in the middle of being like, "Oh, do you remember that time that we?" And I'll be like, "Okay, I didn't want to finish mine anyway." Like, literally, I'll be like, "I didn't want to finish that one anyway."
No, that pet peeve is. Oh, Dad does it an awful lot to me. Like does my
Comes
head
in mid story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. Like I don't care. He asked me a question earlier, right? Wasn't even listening. Guaranteed he wasn't even listening. He says, "Who's all going to the gig on Saturday?"
Yeah.
Proceeded to tell me he was going to the gig.
Yeah.
Included your name.
Yeah.
Does Clarky ever go to gigs again?
Only the last like 3, yeah.
Whilst I was talking though, I was talking about the gig. I was, "Oh, this is Clarky now." I was like, "Oh, please, just keep washing dishes." Honestly, like it's just, I think people just like decide to make conversation and then just go, "Look, I know I talked about it before." I say something to someone and then like I ask them a question, expect an answer and don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what my dad does to me.
Maybe that's where you got that from.
I'm bad.
I'm
I'm a
picking up
bad
all your
person.
traits.
Yeah. Yeah, just get it from mum and dad. That's not good. That isn't good, like, is it?
See, that's where Rachel gets her thing from her mum.
Well, just like jumping in.
Yeah, but like the only difference is her mum's stories don't really relate, whereas Rachel's do.
Oh,
So,
right,
like,
okay.
you know, I'll be telling stories and say she'll jump in. Story will be fine, but I'll be sort of sitting there going, okay, and I'll finish mine in a minute. But you know,
Yeah.
it's just something you just sort of get used to. But
I don't think I could ever get used to it. Like, it's just...
you get used to it, but it's never less annoying.
I suppose that's right in a sense, because it gets annoying. I just turn around and just...
A story loses flow if you don't finish it.
Yeah.
It's not like if it's a funny story and someone tells another story in the middle, and then you finish your funny story, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Well,
There's not that same, like, sort of
Yeah.
climax at the end of it. Just everyone's like, well, that was a really pointless half-an-hour story.
No, legitimately, like,
Yeah.
it completely loses all like traction, and you're like, oh.
It's not nice whenever you're trying to talk to someone and I don't. To me, then it must be that they aren't actually listening to you. Then, or maybe they're listening intently, and then they go, something clicks in their head. Like, oh, what do you remember
It
that?
needs to come out right there
Yeah.
and then. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Like, I think it's one of those ones where they're listening to your story and they wouldn't be able to tell that story if they weren't listening to your story.
Yeah. Suppose
You know what I mean?
suppose you're right. Like
mine's maybe slightly different to what you said, in that I'll be starting a story, Rachel's like, oh no, and like tell her.
Yeah.
But whereas you were saying your dad asked you a question, you answered it, and he was like, "Aye, but is one of the answers going?"
it's so annoying. Like I was talking about the gig and stuff. Like I was just talking about Skid Row and I was crying. Yes, I literally said he was going.
Oh wait, Phil. Yes.
Yes, I'm going,
Are you
Dad.
going?
I'm going. It just does my head. I'm like, but I don't. That could be maybe my second top one. I think because that does grind my gears an awful lot. Like, see when like you're in like a group of people,
Yeah.
and you're trying to talk, and you're saying like if you repeat yourself 4 times. And no one's grasped that you've been talking. You just go. I just sit back down. Not that I was standing in the first place, but I
Listen,
silence. I just leave it, and then if anybody asks me, I'm like, oh, well, thank you very much for asking, actually, and then they just turn their head away. You're like, well,
I love whenever you start telling a story and no one else is listening, but then you look around and there's that one person.
that time. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even a story. It was that time in Port Stewart. Yeah, you were talking. You were saying something. It was a
card
Project Humanity card.
Yeah.
You were talking, and everyone else was talking over that card, and you were like, it was like really angry. I was like, if I had blank and didn't like blank or something, I was gonna slash his head off or something. I don't know, but you were like really, really angry about it or something.
It was just one. It was one. What was like one sentence? I can't remember what the sentence was, but it was just like a statement. Like,
oh yes, yes.
But like, your face, you were like wide eyed, like holy crap, he's lost it.
Because everyone was talking over me, I was like, he's gonna go nuts in a minute. he's gonna explode.
Oh
Like,
my
bear in
God.
mind we had a few drinks in us at the time, and I was like, he's gonna go mental.
He's a violent drunk.
He's just gonna smack everybody. He's gonna slash people up with these cards and all.
I
What's gonna
swear,
happen?
that was literally what got me after was the fact that no one else had seen it. No one else had
I
caught
bar
on.
you.
And it was literally
Bar
just
both of us, really.
me
Yeah.
and you just wetting ourselves laughing at whatever. I can't remember what the card was. That's the
No,
most
I can't
annoying
remember
thing.
what it was. But it was at the end. It was like, I'm gonna hate it.
Was it something like, this is how the world ends, not with a blank, but like, this is how the world... You were like, oh!
I honestly wasn't even listening to what you were saying. Just your facial expressions and you were wide eyed as well. You're just like really angry. I was like, good grief, what's happening to this fella? He's going to be so angry with this card. Like,
That was funny.
but
that was funny.
They were talking over at the time. Like, but I mean that does add for the humor sort of effect of it. But when people just talk over you for badness,
That happens in that game a lot though. Like, everybody will still be like talking about the last card, and then the next person sitting there with the black card for like 5 minutes.
oh yeah.
Feeling like, oh my god.
Oh, sorry, you not read it. Well, no.
Well,
Everyone else is still
if
bloody
everyone would
talking.
just shut up and listen.
No, I know what you mean. That's a big. No, that'll be my second one. I think.
I don't know if
Got a
like,
beard in the second one. That would. Ooh,
I don't know what I would put as my second one.
really?
Yeah.
It's too many out there, isn't there?
Yeah. They all sort of go.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, like, I don't know. They're all like.
Well, that's what I thought earlier on, but now whenever I think about it, like that whole beard thing, that hasn't happened in a long time. But definitely the talking thing that happens every day.
That'd be very annoying.
Not nice.
Oh, you know.
Or sorry, I did it. Sorry.
No, you go.
Sorry.
You go.
No, it's
I'll
okay.
remember. Trust me.
It was only about talking. Like whenever you're talking on the phone, I do really quick. Talk on the phone. You talk on the phone, and then like it's got the delay.
Yeah.
So you're talking, and then someone else replies whilst you're still talking. You're like, "Are you serious?" That's it. That's it. Done.
Oh, it's funny. I absolutely hate people that micromanage.
Why?
I hate it.
Why?
Right, so I've had, like bosses before where you literally cannot go and just, they're like, right, go and do this for me, and then bring it back and I'll look at it and blah blah, and you're like, well then why you make me do it? Because you're just gonna check it and do it again anyway, so what's the point? Like, or people that stand over you and you want to do like something, they're like, oh, gaming, perfect example. Whenever you do you know Thomas, my friend Thomas?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
well, he's one of
We're not all friends, Clocky, right?
one of my really good friends from school. There's one time, I think we had like a career in FIFA where I'd play a game, he'd play a game, and you would pass it backwards and forwards.
Oh, when you like local play, you mean?
Yeah, just like
Right.
single player career mode. Don't know why we didn't play together, but we just.
It's kind of strange.
I can't remember exactly why, but I remember at one point, I was my computer was like behind me. It was my old room, and my computer was behind me, and the TV was in front. He was playing the Xbox, and I was sort of watching it, and I was like, pass, chip through ball, blah blah blah. And I turned around at one point, and I was like on my computer, and I realised I was like completely silent. I turned around, and Thomas was sitting looking at me, and he went, "I play, you watch." Right? And like, I swear, I was like, okay, like, but he was completely serious, but we had a laugh about it, like, but like, ever since then I was like, oh my god, that is really annoying. And
I
then,
don't know,
but then as I say, in work, it's far worse.
Yeah, well,
It's
I suppose in a work environment it would be, but whenever you're gaming, I think it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was just the way everything was. Like, I wish I could even, like set
Mimic
it
it?
up. It was literally, I was like clicking away on the computer, like on whatever website, I don't know, and then. And then
Thomas, don't look at my goal while you're playing the game.
I play, you watch. Yeah, me too. No,
I play, you watch.
It was just, and then the silence. I just remember going, "Is it quiet?" Like thinking that, and then turning around, and literally like this close, like as close as we are now.
I did that to Lauren whenever she was playing PUBG.
Oh, you were like,
PUBG,
jump, blah, blah, blah.
She was driving. I was like, turn left. She goes, I am turning left. I said, well, you're going straight. I was just, I don't know.
You would just want to be like, give me the controller.
Yeah, basically. I was just like, I don't think it's annoying, because if people were doing it to me, I'd probably find it a bit funny. Because Gareth does it all the time whenever I'm playing like Rocket League or something.
Oh, really?
He's like, well, do you want to drive there, Phil? Do you want to jump and hit the ball, Phil? Do you see the goal, a big goal there? Do you want to hit it? And just does it all the time. But whenever it comes to PUBG, she was like driving, like she's not very good with the controls, so it's trying to get. I don't understand why, because I just it's natural. It's just natural, like second nature to me. But she was driving and turning left, but with the camera analog. So she thought she was going left, but she wasn't. So the camera was going left. She's going. So it's, effectively, you're literally looking. You're in the car, but you turn left. Your face is looking left, but you're not driving that way. She's just driving into trees and stuff. But she killed 2 people with the car. So and she made like number 3 in the end.
No way.
Yeah,
that's really impressive. Holy crap!
It is, yeah, but it was with all my management skills.
Of course, your micromanaging got her there.
My micromanaging got her there in the end. You know, got her 2 kills with a car, Land Rover, and then got her to number 3. Also got her killed, but
just I legitimately cannot deal with it. Like, see somebody telling me how to do something whenever I'm trying to do it, hate it.
Yeah, no.
And it's not that I can't take direction; it's that if I know what I'm doing, do not tell me how to do it.
But it's even better if you can do it simpler than what they can do it, and they're like, "Well, how'd you do that?"
Yeah, like I remember there was one time it was like figures. It was whenever I was an accountant, and there was figures on a sheet.
Skating thing.
What? No, just like literal numbers.
Yeah, like the ones where they like go around the ice ring, you know.
And like legitimately, he goes, like he was like, you know, this one here, they don't add up. I was like, they do. No, they don't add up. They do. No, they don't. I was like, you're looking at the table the wrong way around. And legitimately,
how can you look at the table the wrong way around?
Because instead of it being like, you know, your typical L shape, a capital L, like axis, it was the other way.
Oh right.
And he was literally just like one of those guys could never admit that he was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, you know. But
did he say that in the end? Did he say
no?
Sorry?
No. He was just okay. Leaves. I freaking hate it. But legitimately, when they cannot admit, yeah, okay, you were right. Hate that too.
It betters yourself whenever you can admit you're wrong, though. That's the good sign of a leader. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know.
100% agree.
I don't think that's annoying as such, because whenever you know you're right, then you're right anyway. You know, if they're going to be doing something, if they're going to tell you how to do something that you already know you're doing it right anyway, then you're going to end up being right at the end of it. They're just going to be a bit more stupid, because you're like, oh, I suppose you did it the same way, but you know, you know what I mean?
I've got the same answer, but you're just
it's like showing your workout in school.
Oh yeah.
I never did it because I didn't need to. You don't need to do it. Well, you do need to do it because you get the scores and stuff, but you don't need to do it. Like if you just go, you know, you're still going to end up with the same answer. Just
but
one person's going to be a bit of a prick about it.
The whole work thing, I think, was more so you didn't cheat.
Suppose, but
yeah. How did you get there? Looked at his.
I Billy across the street, yeah. Just wave the answers to me. I suppose it's different in gaming though, because it is a bit of fun. But I suppose I can see that from work. I wouldn't think it's. I personally wouldn't have a pet peeve with that.
In work, it pissed me off. It really did, because again, as I say, like I knew what I was doing. And he was trying to tell me I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like,
well, if they kept persisting, maybe.
Oh yeah, no,
like every day sort of thing. If it was like a 1 day thing, like out of like 4 weeks or something, you'd be okay with it.
That was constantly. It was just. I think that's sort of where it came from, as well as the whole. Well, I've got to stop doing that over the Xbox because I'm the one doing it, you know. And then whenever I hit work, I was like, bloody hell, this is bad. So
it's a bit different on the Xbox though, because you can still do it whenever you're online, like in parties and stuff, though, couldn't you? Because it's
but it's almost good to have a leader in a party if you're doing like one big group activity and you're going for the one goal. I think.
Well,
what?
That's a very naughty way of saying things, isn't it?
What do you mean?
The leader of an orgy for a big climactic end.
No, you know, like it's always sort of handy, like even like I don't know, end game activity or whatever.
No, I agree, but I mean, you don't need to be a prick about it.
No, well, I suppose that is sort of what it comes down to.
That's what you were saying. You were like, well, if you keep persisting about it,
yeah,
keep persisting, then eventually you're gonna have your team's gonna turn around you and then shoot you if it's possible. I wish it was in some games, to be fair.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
You can hit each other in Monster Hunter, that's about it.
You can kill each other?
Yeah, you can hit each other.
It's not killing each other.
No, it's not killing each other. But no, I do agree. It's sort of annoying, but I mean, pet peeves. I suppose you can have that one.
Yeah, well, I'll take it.
Is that like your second one? Is it? Would that be a?
Oh, that really winds me up. Yeah.
I might start doing that now.
Nah.
Well, if you get Sea of Thieves.
As we're about to stop the episode, do you want to just click that button there? Yeah, just there. That's it. Push it.
No, to the left a little bit. Up, down. No, to the right.
Not
to
too
the
hard,
right.
not.
That's left.
Phil, we're not doing it. We're trying to turn off the podcast.
Although whenever you get Sea of Thieves, that's going to happen. I can guarantee it.
Get in the brig. Why? Just get in the brig.
You can't actually get in the brig.
What?
You have to get locked in the brig.
Oh.
Like it's an actual button.
Oh,
You
really?
have to vote.
Oh, that's pretty annoying.
But if there's only 2 people, you can vote against me and I can vote, and we'll just both get locked in the brig together.
And the boat just sails.
Yeah, it just sails into the sunset.
That's class.
And eventually turns upside down.
Oh, that's class.
But no, yes, well, whenever you do get it, that's definitely going to happen.
Good.
You're going to kill me. Because you can do that.
No, that'll be good. That'll be good fun.
Yeah.
But I think we'll leave that there for this week. I think we've probably hit it on enough things.
I could hit on plenty more, just
Yeah.
for the sake of my good sleep tonight, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, this could be a 17-parter.
Yeah, and I'll have nightmares tonight about all my pet peeves.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining us again this week. Really enjoyed it. As always, been good fun, Phil.
Been brilliant, mate.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye!